to Streaming News Network by Claude McDaniel.
This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Federal authorities say a community leader in Milwaukee is being held in custody by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and faces possible deportation. Officials identify the individual as Sulla Sarsour, age 53, who has lived in the United States for more than 3 decades and serves as a leader within the Islamic Society of Milwaukee. The Department of Homeland Security alleges Sarsour failed to disclose prior legal issues on immigration documents and has raised concerns about alleged ties to foreign groups. Local leaders, including city officials, have criticized the arrest, calling it politically motivated and expressing concern about its impact on immigrant and Muslim communities. Sarsour remains in federal custody as the case moves forward through immigration proceedings. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Officials from China are calling for an investigation into the death of a researcher at the University of Michigan. The university confirmed that Donghao Wang died on March 20 after falling from a campus building. Authorities are currently treating the case as a possible self-inflicted incident. Chinese officials allege the researcher had been subjected to questioning by United States authorities and claim the circumstances surrounding his death warrant further review. The incident comes amid heightened scrutiny of foreign influence at American universities under policies introduced by Donald Trump, which have included investigations involving international students and research activity. Chinese representatives are urging a full and transparent investigation, while university officials have released limited details as the case remains under review. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A longtime pizza chain in Minneapolis has revealed the financial struggles behind its sudden closure after nearly 50 years in business. Gina Maria's Pizza shut down all 4 of its locations last year. Newly released filings show the company carried approximately $2,900,000 in debt, with only $64,000 in assets. The parent company has filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, meaning operations will be liquidated rather than restructured. Founded in 1975, the chain had expanded throughout the Twin Cities area before closing without advance notice. A former manager has since reopened one location under a new name, continuing to serve similar menu items. The closure highlights ongoing challenges in the restaurant industry, as chains like Applebee's and Popeyes also reduce operations. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Officials at Pomona College are responding to allegations from students who say racism is a growing concern on campus. Members of the Black Student Union held a large town hall, claiming some students have experienced discrimination ranging from offensive language to more serious incidents both inside and outside the classroom. The concerns have drawn attention to campus leadership, including College President Gabrielle Starr and Dean of Students Avis Hinkson, with some students calling for stronger accountability measures. Administrators say certain reported incidents may have been misunderstandings, but acknowledge the need to address student concerns. Student organizers are now calling for the creation of an independent system to handle bias complaints, separate from existing administrative channels. The situation remains ongoing as discussions continue between students and campus leadership. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. The Democratic Party is facing criticism following a social media post highlighting what it described as better times at the White House. The post featured an image of Barack Obama during an Easter-themed moment, but did not include or reference Joe Biden, prompting questions from users online. Critics questioned why the party appeared to focus on a past administration while omitting its most recent president, sparking debate across social media platforms. The reaction follows a separate controversy involving Gavin Newsom, whose office faced criticism over a similar post referencing Obama. Party officials have not publicly addressed the backlash, as discussions continue over messaging and political optics. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A former member of the United States Air Force has pleaded guilty in a major fraud scheme involving military contracts. Authorities say Alan Hayward James admitted to conspiracy charges including wire fraud, bribery, and bid rigging tied to contracts across the Pacific region. Prosecutors allege James manipulated contract bids, inflated costs for labor and materials, and redirected funds to himself, family members, and associates through shell companies. Officials say the scheme defrauded the military of approximately $37 million over nearly a decade. Investigators also report that funds were used to provide luxury travel and other benefits to co-conspirators. Federal officials say the case highlights the impact of contract fraud on military readiness and taxpayer trust, as sentencing proceedings move forward. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. William Shatner is warning fans about false claims circulating online regarding his health. Shatner says reports suggesting he is seriously ill or dying are completely untrue and appear to be generated using artificial intelligence. He pointed to a social media account responsible for spreading the content, noting that altered images and misleading headlines are being used to attract attention and generate revenue. Shatner emphasized that he remains in good health and urged the public to verify information before sharing it. The situation underscores growing concerns about the misuse of artificial intelligence in spreading convincing but false information online. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Rising vehicle repair costs are pushing more drivers across the United States to seek alternative protection plans. Industry data shows repair expenses have increased by more than 40% since 2019, with some major fixes now exceeding $5,000. Experts say modern vehicles, often described as computers on wheels, rely heavily on advanced electronics. Failures in systems such as engine control modules or sensor arrays can now cost thousands of dollars to repair. According to trends tracked by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, maintenance and repair costs have risen faster than overall inflation, driven by supply shortages and specialized labor demands. As a result, many drivers are turning to flexible, pay-as-you-go protection plans to help manage unexpected expenses. Officials say the shift reflects broader changes in the automotive industry as vehicles become increasingly complex. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Authorities in Texas have arrested a woman accused of subjecting her young child to unnecessary medical procedures in a suspected abuse case. Officials say Caitlin Rose Laura, age 30, faces charges including aggravated assault and causing serious bodily injury to a child. Investigators allege she falsely claimed her 3-year-old son suffered from severe medical conditions, leading to invasive treatments such as surgery, use of a wheelchair, and reliance on a feeding tube, despite concerns from medical professionals and educators. Authorities say the case may involve Munchausen by proxy, a condition in which a caregiver fabricates or induces illness for attention. Officials also allege fraudulent fundraising efforts were made based on the child's reported condition. The child is now receiving care as the investigation continues.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and shorts. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.